This video might make you second guess whether you want to pre-order anything from Amazon. Also some good pickups. It's the Bargain Game Hunter. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Bargain Game Hunter. My name is Chris and today we're going to kick off with a condition report. And this is part 2 of an already existing order. Long story short, I placed an order at GameStop and most of my packages got delivered on time. One of them got marked as delivered by USPS and didn't show up until 3 days later. I'd say I'm surprised, but it's becoming a trend. That's, I think, the third or fourth time that's happened specifically with USPS. I don't know what USPS is doing, but they keep saying things are delivered and then they're not. I'm like, that's a problem, dude. Like, you can't be doing that, especially as the postal service, but whatever. So this was meant to go in last week's episode, but because of the delay, I put some other stuff in that one, so this is going to start this episode, which this episode's going to be interesting because we got some unique stuff in this episode. Let's just put it that way. So here is my package. It's got 2 games in it. I don't know what condition they are in. That is the fun of the condition reports. This is the first game. I think this is the old game. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Disc is in good shape, though. We have, in a GameStop case, Medal of Honor Airborne on the Xbox 360. This was the only, World War II era Medal of Honor game that came out on the 360. After this, they transitioned into kind of a Call of Duty-esque clone, which is funny because Call of Duty itself is a clone of Medal of Honor originally, but whatever. And then they just kind of gave up on Medal of Honor and just focused on Battlefield. But I played a little bit of this back in the day. It's pretty good. I didn't have it, and it was like a little over $7, so I figured it was worth a snag. And then this one is pretty exciting. Hopefully it's complete. I'm gonna be mad if it's not. It's complete. Huzzah! Yes. Okay, we have Star Ocean, the second story R on the PS5. So this is a remake of Star Ocean 2 that is in the pixel art style. So that's pretty awesome. This game came out on both PS5 and Switch. Because of the art style and because it looks really cool, I wanted to get it on PS5, so I did. This is also a pretty difficult game to find. A lot of stores don't sell it, although Walmart, for some reason, had it on clearance for $20. Of course, that was after I ordered this already, but I still paid under retail, which is $50, so I'm pretty happy with that. Looks great. It has the inserts. Of course, it's a PS5 modern-day game, so it doesn't have a manual. But yeah, pretty happy to add that to the collection, and the fact that it's complete is awesome. So that's it for this. I have one more package that I'm not sure will arrive in time. And of course, I'll talk about that one a little bit more when, I guess, we get to it. But I've got a couple big items coming later in the episode, so let's get to those. The other package doesn't come first. It is a new day, and I just got a couple new games from Woot. I've been picking up a few things from Woot lately, mostly because their deals are pretty good, and it's a good way to pick up some stuff that maybe you weren't willing to pay full price for pretty low prices. So if you don't know what Woot is, I think I've explained it a few times, but I'll let you know again. It's kind of like Big Lots, but for Amazon. It's owned by Amazon. And essentially, they just heavily discount stuff that just doesn't appear to be selling. But what's interesting about it is, even if you add something to your cart, you don't actually get it secured until you check out. So things can sell out while it's in your cart. It's kind of to create that urgency. I think I've had that happen once. but most of the time the stuff I'm getting is not like super high demand, so that's fine. But I picked up 2 games from Woot that I think I did pretty well on. Both of these are games that I've wanted for a bit and now I got for fairly cheap, so I'll take that. So our first game is going to be Ghost Runner 2 on the Series X. I have the original on PS5. I think I got that as part of the GameStop clearance last year or the year before. I can't really remember. But this came out last year. It looks cool. I just haven't played the first one yet, but I figured I'd snag this while I could get it for fairly cheap and brand new. So I only paid 25 bucks for this, so not too bad at all. I'm pretty happy with it. And then the other one is the Metal Gear Solid Volume 1 Master Collection on the Series X. This is a collection that includes the remasters of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, as well as a bunch of bonus stuff. I toyed around about what console I wanted to get this on, because like I could have probably gotten it on the Switch and it would have been fine. But I figured, you know, it's a console series, I might as well get it on a console, and Series X made sense, so pick that bad boy up there. But before we get to the big purchase, which I kind of teased in last week's episode, let me give you a little update on the game setup, because there was a change, and it's one for the better. So after over a year of living at this apartment, I wanted to give you a little update because we finally have completed the gaming shelves. So this is my section that's not in my bedroom. We have the 360, we have the original Xbox, we have Wii and GameCube, we have and DS. There's a little bit of DS down there. There's PS3, and then this was the most recent addition. Just got this shelf and put it together today with help of Corey. So now we have finished PS3, we have PS1, Vita, PSP, PS2, and then cartridge stuff. So the nice thing about these shelves, there's plenty of room to expand. I intentionally left a good amount of space for each section so that they can expand. I mean, I'm not constantly buying like Xbox 360 and PS3 games nowadays, or in Xbox. So there's room to expand all those sections. And then of course this shelf has a bunch of room because we didn't have a ton of the other consoles. So like there's a whole section for PS3, and then there's 3 completely blank sections. And I can always move around the cartridge stuff too as we need to. But yeah, I also got to find something to display there as well. I've come up with a few different options. But yeah, we have finally finished the living room gaming shelves. Still have some shelving left to get. We're going to get something for underneath this window so we can store more stuff. Still have to buy a big shelf for my movies. Those have been in storage for a while. They're just in bins. So I got to get a shelf for that. And then there's a few other things here and there that we still just don't have storage space for. But we're working on it. So I'm just happy that we've made some good progress. So we have a new shelf. It got rid of one of the bins of things. And pretty happy with it. Alright, so it's a few days later, and I have a story, as well as a couple more games to show off. So let's do the games first, and then we'll get to story time, because it's a story. So, Friday had the release of 2 different things that I picked up, one of which is the big item that has not arrived yet. That's the story. We'll talk about that. But the other one is a game that is kind of controversial. I picked it up because it genuinely looks pretty good. No, I'm not picking it up for a lot of the reason the certain people are. I just think it looks like a decent game, so I wanted to pick it up, and it's an exclusive. That is Stellar Blade on the PS5. Looks fun. It's an action-adventure game. I'm excited to try it out. I think it'll be a good time. So pick that up for retail at $70. And then I decided to make a purchase from Best Buy because an item that I've actually been eyeing to pick up for a while was on sale. And I figured, well, I want to fill out the order to make it worth it. So I found a game that is surprisingly kind of hard to find. It was just in stock for retail price, brand new sealed. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll grab that. And that is Undertale on the Switch. So I've heard really good things about Undertale. It's a very popular indie game. Very, very popular indie game. I've never played it. I have no idea, but I figured I'd pick up the physical copy because I could, and it was only $30. So not bad there. So those are all the games that I'm picking up for this episode. Well, besides the ones I showed you earlier. But here's the story. So I pre-ordered a particular item from Amazon back in February. It was supposed to release yesterday. I kept an eye on my phone the entire day to see when the item was going to ship. Never shipped. So then I'm like, okay, well, things happen. So I kept an eye out throughout Saturday. Didn't ship. Today is Sunday. It still hasn't shipped. What's even funnier is the fact that Amazon says, oh, well, it hasn't shipped, so we're not going to charge you until it ships. They charged me on Friday, so that was a lie. I'm just frustrated because what was the point in pre-ordering if I'm not getting it on launch day? Like, that was the whole point, was to get the item on launch day. And now there's a very good chance I will not be getting the item. I mean, obviously I'm not getting it on launch day, but like, this item, I should have at least gotten it within a few days, and I still hasn't shipped. So I'm not happy with Amazon. I'm obviously not going to cancel it because I'm just not, because I really want this item. So I guess I'm just going to have to wait, which could put a delay on this episode, which I really don't want to happen. But I really want this item to be the showcase because it is a showstopper, and I think it's going to be a pretty awesome crown jewel of my game collection. So hopefully it shows up in the next few days. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. So just have to wait. Okay, so it is Monday. My item was supposed to come out on Friday. Still no update. No idea when there's going to be an update. So rather than delaying this episode, I figure it's best to just go over what I've got. We're going to go over values. And I guess the other item will kind of be its own episode. Although it's actually big enough where it can be its own episode. So I'm kind of okay with that. So yeah. That's what we're doing. We're going to be doing a special episode. Probably won't have a ton of pickups in it, but it will focus on my item that has been delayed. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about all the stuff that I picked up this past week that wasn't that special item. We're going to start off with my late GameStop pickups that I got from GameStop. First, we'll start with the one disappointing one, which is Medal of Honor Airborne on the 360. Generic case, not in the greatest condition. The disc is fine, but the case is kind of garbage. It is what it is. It's always a gamble, especially with older gen games, whether you're going to get it complete or not. That's kind of why we do the condition report, is you never know what it's going to be. So I figured I'd, take a swing, and it was a swing and a miss, but that's okay. I paid $7 and it's actually worth $8 in loose condition, so actually did okay on that. Next one, a game I'm pretty excited to add to my collection. Star Ocean, the second story R on the PS5. Pixel art remake of the second Star Ocean game. Looks gorgeous. I've heard great things. It's actually becoming kind of hard to find, so I'm glad I snagged it. Wish I snagged it at Walmart for $20, but you win some, you lose some. So I paid $43 for this, and it's for $50 complete. Now, just for clarity's sake, it was worth 50 new when it came out. So the fact that it's worth 50 complete tells you that this game is pretty valuable. So now we're going to move over to Woot, where I picked up a couple brand new Series X games for a really nice price. And both are games I've been wanting for a little bit, and I'm glad I finally got them to add to the collection. We'll start with Ghost Runner 2 on the Xbox Series X. It's a sequel to the original Ghost Runner, which is like a first-person parkour action game. I have the first one on PS5 because I got it from the GameStop clearance event, and now I have the second one on Xbox. I would have gotten it on PS5 if it was available. It wasn't, so I guess I'm switching platforms on this one. It's fine. I'd rather play first-person games on Xbox anyway. So I paid 25. This one's worth 40, so I did really well on that one. Next up, a game I did not want to pay full price for, but the price I paid I think is pretty good. And that is the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection on the Series X. It includes Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. Best versions of each with a bunch of bonus features and extra stuff in it. I've never really played Metal Gear. I played Metal Gear Solid 4 a little bit on PS3 when it came out. But I figure if I'm going to get into the series, this is probably the way to do it. I paid 27 and this is worth 47. So again, really good come up when it comes to value. Then we got my one pickup from Amazon because the other one didn't come in. And that was Stellar Blade on the PS5. Yes, as you can see, I opened it because I did want to try it. I played the opening scene. Pretty good. The action's fun. I don't really know what's going on yet, but I also have only played about 5 minutes of it, so that's probably why. Graphics are good. Hair physics are a little weird, but I mean, pretty solid from what I played so far. Excited to dive deeper into it. Paid 70. It's worth 70 because it's a brand new release game. Just came out. And then we'll end with my Best Buy pickup, which I think at least for now I'm going to keep sealed. I might open it to play it later, but this game does seem to be kind of hard to find. I mean, GameStop takes it in trade for a pretty good amount. So I'm just going to keep it sealed for now. And that is Undertale on the Switch. I've heard great things about it. It's a very popular indie game. Figured I'd grab a physical copy of it since I can. Paid 30, and this one is worth 38. And that's it. I had this whole plan for this episode where I was going to, film a cool intro with my new item and, showcase a bunch of stuff. I can't dive too deep into it because I'm going to do that when it comes in, but just note that I had a lot of really good plans for that video and they didn't happen because of Amazon. So just keep that in mind when you're pre-ordering from Amazon, especially. That even though you pre-ordered, and pre-orders are supposed to get you your item on day one, they might not. And in some cases, like mine, that might not even get it to you in the first weekend. It's 3 days late, and there's no sign of it coming in. So I have no idea when I'm going to be getting my item. Of course, you will get the update because I'm going to film a video about the item when it comes in. It's pretty awesome. I've thought about canceling it. It's more hassle than it's worth, and also Amazon's the best place for me to get the item. Plus, I already paid for it, so I'm just going to let it ride and see how late it shows up. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long, but we'll find out, I guess. So look forward to that next week. Maybe I'll get some additional pickups in addition to that. Who knows? Even if I don't, it's still going to be an epic episode because that item is probably worth an episode by itself. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you are new around here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. Trying to drop more videos more consistently. Obviously, things are still kind of resetting. I'm probably going to start a gameplay series soon. I just haven't really been in the mood the last couple of my weekends, which my weekends are Mondays and Tuesdays now. I just haven't done a series yet that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to film that. I have a few I'm toying around with, so hopefully I'll do one soon. Of course, I can also finish some of the games that I started that I never finished on series like Ghostwire or Little Hope. There's a few that I plan on finishing the series. I just never got around to it. But also do some more Pokemon stuff. I don't even know. Who knows? We'll decide as we go. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully by next week I'll have another episode with this big item that took way longer than it should have to show up. We'll see. Bye.